Hello everybody, welcome back. For those of you that haven't been to my channel before, my name's Cam Mitchell. Been a professional trader for 31 years and currently I'm trading 20 prop firm accounts with Apex, and my goal is to turn $2,500 into $1 million. There's no time frame, but today I'm going to go through the strategy that I'm going to be using for that whole challenge. Now, the really important thing is, and I feel really sorry for you guys, the trading industry is absolutely cooked. I want you to think about this for a second. If you wanted to sell a course or sell a product for $500 versus $5,000, what would you do with the $5,000 product? You would make it as complicated as possible. You would use lots of big words, make it complicated, because therefore that justifies the higher price. I've been trading for 31 years. Trading, actually technical analysis, is really simple. The simpler the strategy, the better you are going to do. You probably won't believe what I'm about to show you how I trade. I basically trade one strategy. It's very simple, but trading is 95% plus psychology. It's all about what's in your brain and how you psychologically perceive the market. It's got a lot to do with you working on yourself. So I'm going to do other videos on that in the future, but I'm going to keep this really short, really basic, and I'm going to go through my strategy and keep it simple. Firstly, just quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice, it's entertainment only. I don't give financial advice, don't copy any of my trades. This is just basic educational standard material. So, importantly, I want people to understand that what sort of trader am I? I am actually a momentum trader, so trend and momentum. And I analyze human behavior in the financial markets. I want to see who's in control. So when I'm about to get into a trade, I'm asking myself, who is in control? So how do I do that? Really important to start off by understanding where you are in the market and what phases there are. There are two main phases in the market. Now, this is taught, a lot of people teach this in lots of different ways: accumulation, distribution, manipulation, all this sort of stuff, and they make it really, really difficult. This is keeping it very, very simple. I am not academically smart. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a scientist or a mathematician. I need to keep things simple in order to understand the markets. How I do this, and I've taught this way for 25 years. Imagine you're in a car and you're about to go on a trip. If you want to go on that trip, you need what? Lots of fuel in the car. So you go on a trip, you put fuel in the car, and then you start to go on this trip. As you go on the trip, you are using fuel. Now, this is very important because so many people get into a trade when the car is running out of fuel. It's well into the trip. So when is the best time to get into a car when you want to go on a trip? Well, very, very simply, you have a price phase where it's using fuel. It then goes to the service station. It then fills up with petrol. So you want to watch the market fill up with petrol. Very simple. You sit there, you wait, it fills up with petrol, fills up with petrol. Once the car is full of petrol again, you can then do what? You've had time, you've filled the car up with petrol, you can then go on another price phase after that, or a move with the trend. That is it. I trade with the trend. I look for a pullback or a time phase where it's filling up with petrol. Once it's got enough petrol in the tank, it then goes on another price phase. This is so simple, a 5-year-old could understand this. The problem is it's not exciting. It's boring. It's trading with the trend, trading after a pullback. What's exciting is reversals, picking the top, picking the bottom, doing all these advanced sort of trades. And what you'll find is they are difficult, you'll get frustrated, and you lose money. My number one rule is always trade with the trend. I've said this, you've probably all heard this before, but Cam, this is boring. Like, trading with the trend isn't exciting. Well, you've got to choose, do you want to make money, or are you looking to trade for excitement and a dopamine hit? Successful professional traders do not get a dopamine hit out of trading. It's our job. We sit here, we do our job, and then we go and get our enjoyment really outside of trading from the money that we've earned. What we want to do is we want to make it as monotonous and consistent as possible. And to do that, the safest way, the highest probability, is always going to be trading with the trend. So what do I use to be able to tell the trend? Very simply, I put a long-term moving average, a 24 simple moving average on the chart. Just use it on any time frame. If you put it on the chart here, if it's above the purple line, then it's in an uptrend. If it's below the purple line, then it's in a downtrend. I can't go long if it's below. I can't go short if it's above. It is the most simplest concept. Hedge funds have been doing this for years. They do use the 200-day moving average. We've heard about this before, but this is my absolutely simple basic trend indicator. So above purple long, below purple short. Next thing I'm going to be looking for, my second rule, is I'm looking to get in after a time phase or a pullback. When did we say this before? It's after the car has fuel in it. Okay, we've got some petrol in the car. So an example would be, you've got a price phase here. We can tell it's a price phase because it's above purple. We have a pullback throughout here. So we have a pullback. We are filling up the car with petrol again. And there we go. We're above purple here. So we've got a price phase. And then we're looking for a time phase where it's refilling up with petrol again. So you can clearly see that there is a difference between the price phase and the time phase. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the time phase, the pullback, to be different to the price phase. Now, if I'm going to go short, then it's the opposite. We have a downtrend here. We are below the purple line, so that means we are downtrending. So I'm looking for a move back up, which will be a pullback or a time phase. You can see here clearly there is a difference between the time phase and the price phase. So once we have some time in here, I now know that we've got fuel in the car. I'm getting ready for another trip to the downside. My third rule, very, very simple. I'm looking for a bullish or bearish candle. I don't want to overcomplicate this and go into it too much, but simply, if you look at bullish and bearish candles, if you're looking at going long, you can see you have a strong candle here. It's opened low and it's closed high. That means from a momentum perspective, there's a high probability that momentum will continue in that direction when you get in. If I'm going short, then I'm looking for it to open high and close low. Simply again, it's common sense. If it opens high and closes low, it has a high probability of momentum continuing in that direction. It's that simple. When we put it all together, what I'm looking for is this, okay? We have a price phase, we have a time phase, we have a pullback, we filled up with petrol, we then have a bullish candle, and then I'm looking at entering at the end of that candle. Very simple. If we then go to the other side, to a downside, we have a downtrend throughout here, we have a price phase below, we have a pullback or a time phase where we're filling up with fuel. I'm then looking for a strong bearish candle. I enter off that. I'm taking a trade with the trend after a pullback. This will look really, really simple. Some of you might be looking at this going, this doesn't really make sense. So here's an example. This is the NASDAQ a couple of days ago. This is a live example of just something that happened on last Thursday, I think it was. So if we look at this example here, we ask ourselves, what's the trend? Well, it looks like here we've been above the purple line throughout here. We've now gone below it, so we can't go long here. Here, we can now look at going long because it's simply above purple. So tick, trend is up. Do we have a time phase? Well, you can see here a time phase or a pullback. We have the main trend up. We have a pullback, which is a move in the opposite direction of the underlying trend. Simply, we are filling up with fuel here. So we have a time phase, yes. Then finally, we need a strong bar that stands out as a bullish bar for the upside. And you can see in the circle here, that's a strong bar. So that's a tick. That's it. And you can see after this move, it continued up, never went into drawdown, and was actually really simple. So how I want to just finish this off is keep it simple. Well, I used to say stupid, but now it's keep it simple, student. Most of the people you'll see on YouTube are trying to make you think that trading is more difficult than it is. And they're trying to make it more difficult because they want to be able to charge you a lot more money for their courses and stuff like that. Technical analysis is actually very simple. Trading with the trend is simple. Trading after a pullback is simple. It's actually quite simple looking at the charts. What makes it difficult is when you try to overtrade, trade against the trend. And the biggest thing that will do that is either your ego, you want to feel good about yourself and you want to make it difficult so you look good, or you are just purely trading for money and you're not thinking about what's on the chart, you're just trading for money. So that's what I'm doing. I'm totally open about the strategy that I'm going to be using. It's pretty simple. The goal, as I said, is to turn the $2,500 into $1 million by trading with the trend after a pullback. So keep it simple. I've been doing this for 31 years. I've seen a lot of stuff out there. I feel bad for you guys. The trading industry is absolutely cooked, full of scammers, full of people just trying to get you to buy their expensive course. But this can be done if you keep it as simple as possible. Thanks for watching. Come and watch me every night live on YouTube. I'm trading live, 100% transparent, showing my account details, showing everything. So you can watch me live on YouTube every night. I stream for about 2.5, 3 hours, and you can see me implement this live. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon.